What's going on, guys? Ellie from Copenhagen here. You might not know who I am, but you've got nothing better to do. So watch the Soccer Cooligans, talking all things football, politics, music, culture. Swipe up, click the link,
That'll
do something.
do. That'll
perfect.
do. Ay, papi!
Let's go.
Vamos, let's go. We are here. Another PREM show live on Twitch. Let's go.
Baby, look at the chat just filled in nice.
Okay, we're looking at that chat like, oh damn, you looking good out here. Okay,
You must have been eating this summer vacation, bruh.
chat looking thick right now. Okay, I love it. All right,
You got them TikTok leggings on, chat. You looking extra thicky.
Hey, J Dog McSwizzle's like, I don't understand this. You know what? That's understandable. All right.
Yeah, dude, same thing we said when we heard your name, my G.
What's good? Hello, welcome to another PREM Show podcast. We are the Cooligans. My name is Christian
right.
Polanco.
And you can see it right here. Your boy's name is Alexis Guerrero.
All right, we are your favorite stand-up comedians based out of New York City that host the funniest soccer show right here on Twitch.
Yo, we based in New York City, but we happen to be right in your ear and your eyes, bro. And we're not just the funniest, we're also the gulliest.
Okay, there's a lot. If you're new here, we have currently, I see 8,400 people tuning in. If you're new here, and you might be, there might be a couple things you don't understand, but you know, just ask people in the room if there's anything you don't understand. Lean
over to the person sitting next to you in the chat and just whisper, "Yo, what is MILF mean?" Because I feel like it's different here.
Yeah.
And it does in normal vernacular. 100%.
Yes, there's the glossary. Asking for the Cooligans glossary, the Gully glossary, even. But we're excited.
The Gulliossery.
We're excited to be here. Obviously, we're live on Twitch. We tape this show usually every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing it a little bit earlier today because we were doing a Champions League, UEFA Champions League watch along. Got to clarify because the Superior Champions League is going on at the moment right now.
It's gonna happen after this.
Yes, the CONCACAF Champions League. All due respect to all the people.
Yeah, we just watched PSG and Bayern, right? And we just watched Porto versus Chelsea. And let me tell you something. Good attempt, but it's nothing like Marathon
Okay.
versus the strongest. You gotta say it with that accent because it's written in English, but it's in Latin America.
Yes. Okay. So we're not. So after we are done with this PREM show taping, we are going to stay on right here on Twitch, and we'll be watching the Philadelphia Union take on Saprissa of Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
All right, we're hanging out here for a while, but if
we're gonna be with you, we're gonna be with you for a while.
If you're listening to this show, thank you again for always tuning in. We have a lot to discuss today. Obviously, there were Champions League matches just ended a couple moments ago. We can talk about the Premier League weekend results, and I mean we can already start, but let's take a look. Oh, I want to make sure I set this up correctly. No, I did not. I did not. I did not.
I mean,
I didn't set it up correctly. There's no time to set everything up, Alexis.
Going black screen. You can't see me no more.
You're
gone.
I'm gone. There. I'm back now.
Okay.
The brow. That's what I wanted to make sure was there, but it's not there. Let me get this going. Boom. Where is it?
What are you trying to do right now?
Put the browser because I want to put up the table.
Oh, Jesus. We're trying to do a podcast here.
Sorry, because I have all the settings set up from the watch along, and then you know how it is. Everybody gets it.
Yeah.
So
now that's just smooth, Christian said Glenster 25.
I do my best, okay?
Yeah. TYG's falling asleep on us here.
We gotta keep them entertained.
Also, we lost 4,000 viewers when you did that.
Really?
Yes.
Is that all it took? I still see 8,300. I don't know.
I'm see 3,800.
Okay. All right. What was it? Oh yeah. So the table. Let's take a quick look at who are in the top four, especially West Ham back in the top four. How'd you feel about that result over the weekend?
My question is, Is that sustainable? Sustainable.
Sustainable. I don't know. Is that a new?
You know what? Great sandwich shop. You know what I mean?
Is that a new substitution rule? What does that mean?
Everyone's wondering why I'm off center, and that's because Christian sets up the camera, and he's always doing something. He's always doing something to sabotage me. Always. It's either the audio.
Would you like me to fix this? Maybe you just move over a little bit.
I did move over, and I'm still a little off center. But Christian, perfect. Christian, perfect in his shot. I don't know how long West Ham. Thank you, Joey Dardano.
Joey Dardano, of all people, the
king of TikTok, the prince of TikTok.
Hilarious comedian Joey Dardano. Thank you. What's good?
Let's go. What up, Joey D? By the way, Joey Dardano here. He works at a local butcher spot, right?
Oh.
So he knows exactly what this right here is, right? He knows what the bad boy is. He knows what a little especial is.
Okay.
But twice I've got in there and I've asked for potato salad.
Did your wife just yell something at you? What was that?
Yeah. Is he working tomorrow? We're doing a podcast right now. Are you working tomorrow? She wants to know. Twice I've asked for potato salad. Twice he's giving me coleslaw. So one time for Joey Dardano.
Hilarious.
All right, let's talk about West Ham. Here's the thing about West Ham, right? Clearly playing well, clearly impressive. I don't know if they end in the top 4. Let's look at their fixtures coming up. Because I just have a feeling that Chelsea's got a little bit of an easier run.
Let me look at West Ham's. Where is it?
Here we go. We're finding it. We'll get there.
Where are their next fixtures?
Oh, come on. Just go to the fixtures.
Okay.
All right.
There it is. I got it.
This is literally what he clicked on before. But so they got Leicester. That's a loss. Leicester's going to win.
Really?
Newcastle. Newcastle needs to stay alive. So I think that's a bit of a toss-up, right?
Okay.
Right? And then Lana said, yo, dude, we are here for Champions League. Well, that happened already. We'll talk about it in a second. West Ham versus Chelsea. Chelsea's going to have to win that one because that's who they're competing with for that fourth spot. Everton, what are you thinking there?
Look, Everton. Somebody just mentioned. They said, who said that? I wish the man like them. Wish the Toffees could do the same. Everton they gave up. They dropped points against Crystal Palace the other day.
But what do you think they're going to do against West Ham?
Against West Ham, I can't see them winning this game.
And that's towards the end of the season, so it feels like it's going to be a chance for Everton to try to get into some European spots.
It's just they should have won against Crystal Palace. They would have been above Liverpool. They would have been closer to a European spot. It's those matches when they have a lead that they can't close them out. They don't have lethal scorers. You know, we just saw Mbappe. What happened? We were just saying.
Are you going to say Everton needs an Mbappe? Because I think every club get behind everybody else in the world. It is PSG.
But no, it is that killer instinct to say no one else is going to do this for the squad. No one else is going to get these crucial goals. And Everton doesn't. Outside of James, they don't have anyone, but James is not forward. He's not a forward. He's not consistently in those positions.
I think I had this conversation where I said I would rather have Dominic Calvert-Lewin next season. I'd rather if I had to spend, and whatever, I'll say $100 million just because, or 100 million pounds, just to placate the Europeans, the English fans here. If I had $100 million to spend, I don't think I'd spend it on Harry Kane. I'd spend it on Dominic Calvert-Lewin and someone else. You know what I mean? I'd rather have a player like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So you've got players that can put the ball in the net. My thing is, what is a West Ham going to do? They're literally a one-player squad right now as far as that player that can put the game on their back, that can win you the big match. Souček doesn't feel like, if this season feels like an anomaly to me for Souček. You know what I mean? I don't know if that he's necessarily this type of player. Jesse Lingard has proven himself to be that player. Here's the problem. You're now going to have to buy Jesse Lingard. Does United want to sell Jesse Lingard? Do you think Ole Gunnar's going to come back? He doesn't seem to be a part of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans.
He is he's really entertaining to watch at West Ham. He's in my opinion, in this short amount of time at West Ham, he's been more not I don't think it's been enough games to say he's been better. I just think he's having a level of freedom and fun that he wouldn't be able to have at Manchester United.
And also they seem to play into his style more. But do you think West Ham pulls the trigger and buys him? If West Ham doesn't make Champions League, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think they pull the trigger and spend that money? I mean, if they get that Champions League money, they're like, yeah, we'll take Jesse Lingard and we'll take someone else.
Yeah,
because now you get a nice bump up. But I don't know that they necessarily. I mean, I would hope they would, because they should, based on the way they played this season. It seems like they have something special. They're building a really good team.
RNA Deck said he's not getting in over Bruno.
That's
Bruno
what I mean.
Fernandes. Yeah, there's no.
But does Ole Gunnar say, you know what? Still makes a good backup.
But is Lingard, was he playing an attacking mid, or was he like kind of playing where Martial was playing and stuff like that? He's not getting. He's not getting.
He's more of a midfielder. I mean, I could see him. You would see him bump into the wing and stuff, but he's way more of a midfielder.
I would put him up front. In my opinion, he's just.
Couch Sports Football says he's playing FIFA Street over at West Ham.
For real.
Yo, he does. He is balling though. I feel like you gotta take the jump if you're at West Ham, if you wanna propel yourself forward to be this kind of club every year that's in these positions. You're gonna have to buy the players like
yes, I agree. But West Ham was also pretty good without Jesse Lingard too. So there's a
but I think we would all agree it didn't seem like something that was it was consistent, but it didn't seem sustainable.
Sustainable, I think.
Sustainable. Great sandwich. Joey, did a job there, buddy.
But
so Lana thinks they finished 7th. So go back to the this whole thing is smoke's gonna come out of
No, I got it. I got it fine. Go back to what?
To the table.
Okay, yes, here you go.
Because I still think, who's in your top 4 for Premier League? We talked about this before, but let's adjust it based on what's happened now. Well, Hazard said hammers to get DK from Barnsley instead. Daryl DK has continued to play better. He's made me look like an idiot for saying they should take the $20 million, by the way. So you might be right. But right now it's looking like Chelsea in 5th, Tottenham in 6th, Liverpool in 7th, Everton in 8th. Then you got Aston Villa in 9th, and Arsenal, for some reason, there's a mistake. They should be in 3rd place.
It must be,
on this table.
Some sort of clerical error.
Because I'm looking at it closer. There must be a mistake. But I think, Manchester City ain't going a damn place, right? They're not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. 14 points ahead this late. Come on now. Manchester United, they ain't going nowhere. They're happily in 2nd. I can't see Leicester City taking over them. Leicester City ain't going nowhere. They're going to stay right there. Literally, it's a battle between, I guess,
a lot
we
of
would
teams.
consider Tottenham.
Yeah, from 4
Can
to.
we consider Tottenham part of that?
Yes, they are one win away from the 4th spot.
But it's Tottenham.
Oh wait, yeah, I didn't. There's usually a.
You forgot to add the Spursy.
Yeah.
You carry the 1, add the Spursy. I think if you look, Liverpool has played better as of late, right? We're not going to talk about, Arsenal, right? Liverpool has played better as of late. They're also 1 win away. I think the top 4, my top 4 is basically you're going to pick who's in 4th place. I think Chelsea will finish in 4th place.
I love this. As I said, 1 win for Spurs, insurmountable. Never. Won't be able to do it. Obviously.
Where are we going to find it?
One Spurs win and 14-point difference between 1st and 2nd place equal. It's the same.
Yeah. And a goal differential of 20. Yeah, not the same.
I love this. Crimson Pizza said Christian's top 4 is Everton's U23, Everton U20, and Everton U17. Yeah. Pretty accurate.
And James plays on all 4 squads.
Okay.
Arsenal have so much squad depth, they're drowning. That's actually true. We have 4 squads that we play, and one of them is trash, and Arteta keeps playing them like he did against Liverpool. But I'm fine with that. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Arsenal in a second, because my theory, I actually think that match was so bad it proves me correct. It proves my theory. So, whatchamacallit? Who finishes 4th in your top 4? I said Chelsea.
You know what? It feels like Chelsea should. This is Chelsea's 4th spot to lose. I especially with the streak that they obviously they lost the last match.
Which was his first loss in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Tuchel, under Tuchel, right?
Yes, they play. Who was it that they played? This was the West Brom, right? 5 goals against West Brom is
that's a tough loss.
Even with the red card to Thiago Silva is still pretty ridiculous to give up 5 goals when they were basically never conceding goals. Look,
you lose a 37-year-old center back and your team collapses. That's not a good sign.
Clean sheet against Leeds, clean sheet against Everton, clean sheet against Liverpool, against Manchester United, 1 goal against Southampton, clean sheet against Newcastle. Defensively they've resolved a lot of their problems. Even with the the red card is still no excuse to play such poor defense. But
it almost seems like they're worse against the bad teams.
With only 1 loss, I'm not gonna. Who knows what Chelsea is exactly? It seems like I
agree with you. I think the question's still out as to exactly who they are. Is this a little bit of that new manager bump? Exactly what's happening. They missed Rudiger. That's right. Rudiger was out as well. I'm not too worried about Chelsea. It seems like they kind of have things in order. You know what I mean? I think they know how to play these games. They know who they are. You know what I mean? I'm not too fearful of them slipping beyond who they are. Now, the next match they lose 5-1 or something, like, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna be like, all right, something happened. Tuchel's not really doing it like he used to. But for right now, I'm comfortable saying Chelsea can finish 4th without a problem. I think the big question now is who gets into Europa. I think if you're Liverpool, that has to be what you're shooting for.
Or to just win the Champions League, so you automatically qualify for the next one.
True.
That
might not happen. Can someone break Vinicius' leg? That's the only way you're going to do that. Tuchel has a system with 11 men. 1 player gets sent off and they don't have another plan. It says Couch Sports Football. You're probably right. I mean, but also, how many managers have a plan for when we're down to 10? You know what I mean?
Shouldn't some have a plan?
I mean, my plan would be like, I don't know, defend. What's wrong with you?
Stop giving. Try harder. Don't stop giving up goals. Yeah.
Everton is 2 wins away from a potential 5th spot. Do you think?
No.
Potential 4th
no.
They can't. Okay.
I don't know what their problem is.
Arsenal's 10 points away, and I think we have a shot. So, I mean, we're different people here.
It is. It's hard to explain. Obviously, there hasn't been much consistency even within the roster. A lot of injuries.
Crimson Pizza says Brendan Managers has a plan.
Look, this is Carlo Ancelotti. He has said it in interviews several times. We're trying to get into Europe. There's a possibility, but I think it's one of those. You hope other teams crumble that are ahead of you. I don't think it's going to be solely in Everton taking their destiny in their own hands.
If you could ask Carlo Ancelotti one question that no matter what, he had to answer 100% honestly, what would it be? You get one question and he guarantees you he's going to answer 100% honestly. What would it be?
How challenging is it to convince world-class strikers or world-class players to come to Everton? That would be...
He'd be like... He'd be shaking in his chair because whatever truth pill serum we gave him.
That is... Because I'm curious what the... Look, Everton is, especially in the last decade.
Sports Football said, "Why the hell did you go to Everton?"
That would be. Look, I'm curious to because there has to be a little bit of a, if you're not a Champions League team, it limits your options of what players you can sign. We all know that. And
it's not like it's LA where you're like, well, at least the weather.
Yeah.
You know what I'd ask him? I'd be like, seriously, tell me about the food. I just want to hear Carlo Ancelotti be like, have you seen what they're eating out here?
Man, like Sam said, I would ask Carlo what medication he would recommend for the stress of being an Evertonian. It's a fair question.
He wants to legalize weed. That'll tell you.
Look, I like I said, I don't think other teams would have to fail or at least teeter before Everton has a chance. They look, games against again, that Crystal Palace match, like that goal from Batshuayi, which just like it just killed you, especially with how many chances Everton had in that game. It just like the goal. First of all, the goal from James was incredible. And this is where
that was his weak foot too, right?
It's his weaker foot. The fact that he could like curl a ball and the amount of space between the post and like the keeper's leg to make it in that tiny gap with your weak foot is really incredible. And this is where you see the quality in a player that is not used, that we're sort of not used to seeing at Everton. And
I just want to point something out while you're talking. Crimson Pizza said his question would be enchiladas or enchiladas suizas. Just imagine you just ask him like a very definite question. Also, man, like Sam said, when he was 10, he walked onto the pitch with Mikel Arteta. That's crazy. Which I guess, I don't know how old you are, but that might be either Everton or Arsenal days.
Wait, I didn't see that one. Where was that?
That was, if you scroll up a little bit. Also, RNA Deck said, the fish and chips, mate. Unbelievable. Imagine Carlo Ancelotti. Oh, I hang out at the Chipper all the time. That'd be amazing.
But he said, my heart sank when that goal went in. Richarlison couldn't finish. I also think Carlo shouldn't have brought on defensive subs when we were only 1 goal up. It's always the do you leave James in the game when you're trying to hold on to a lead? We know he does not defend. And that it's not a knock on him, but that's just not his game.
Not what's asked of him.
That's not what's asked of him.
Even when it is, he ain't gonna do it. I don't think Everton has the ability to get into that 4th place, but I do think there's a chance they get into 5th. And if they do, I think the fortunes change. But I also think even without getting into your European spot, Carlo Ancelotti has built something there that I think players will be excited. And in fact, which is why I put this in the Slack. I don't know if you want to pull up the tweet. The last thing that I put up in the Slack for this one, it involves Sergio Agüero. And basically, look, this is from Transfer News Live at Deadline Day Live. So who knows if this is real or not. But the source they have put is from the Daily Telegraph. He's saying Sergio Agüero is willing to forego Champions League football next season to stay in the Premier League and prove himself away from Manchester City, and would consider joining Chelsea and Tottenham. Now
he can join both teams. Interesting.
Yeah, which is look again. He's Sergio Agüero. It'd be kind of funny though to play against the team that has a statue of you on the ground. That would be kind of wild.
I agree.
But here's the point. Like I know they're listed as Chelsea and Tottenham. Why? What his agent? If you put Tottenham in there, but if he's willing to forego Champions League football. Do you think that gives him a chance to go to Everton? I don't think Arsenal, as much as we need a striker, I think he'd be perfect. But instead of talking about that for a second, do you think Everton would make a run for him?
I think there might be some exciting signing. Yes, I'm reading the same thing you are. I feel like I should address that first.
Yeah.
Man like Sam just said, have you guys heard the rumors that James Rodriguez is a woman? If you haven't, look it up. It's hilarious. What?
Well, can I just tell you something? It makes the feelings I feel when I see him a lot easier to explain.
Okay. Literally, I'm 100% fine with it. Because, I mean, man or woman, my feelings will not change.
I think I got to be honest. I just think this is English people seeing someone's hips move like that and just being like, we can't put 2 and 2 together. This is...
That's ridiculous. Wow. What are the tabloids saying about James out there?
I'm glad he can't read that. That is messed up.
Hilarious.
Jaron put reverse ladybugs. Buddy, get a couple cameras. Let's film this thing.
Oh my God. So look, I think Everton there might be an opportunity for a big signing, especially if they make it into Europa. But I don't think we should get our hopes up. That's my perspective.
Here's my thing. I think Arteta managed, or he was assistant coach over at Manchester City. Knows Agüero. I think he can make that phone call.
Okay.
I think he could say, hey, you don't want to play Champions League football. Apparently, neither do we.
Okay.
Arsenal.
We have so much in common.
We fit right into your niche, if you will. And if you like Tottenham, then you'll love Arsenal.
It'd be interesting to see where he ends up. I know we were on our TV show. We were talking about him going to MLS, maybe going to NYCFC. It'd be wildly entertaining, and we'll see what he ends up doing.
Sports Football says Barcelona. I mean, I could see it, but if you're Barca, do you really want to take a chance on a striker that might be injury prone and not there all the time? I mean, you need to knock this one out the park after the debacle of Griezmann. I just don't think he's fitting well at all.
Yeah, Colobanco just like James was doing too well that Brits needed to make a stupid assumption. I hate it here. Okay, this is how you can't be treating our Colombian fam like that out in England. All right?
Nah, yo, you protect the parcero at all costs.
Yeah, it should be on a T-shirt.
Yeah, protect the parcero.
Okay, so
let's talk about Arsenal losing to Liverpool. Being thrashed by Liverpool.
3-0.
All I'll say is we got him right where we want him. This is true. I believe this proves my point. My point is, no matter what Arsenal does, we're not going to get relegated. No matter what we do, we're not going to finish in the top 5. We're just not. Right? We ain't got, the math doesn't add up. I don't think we have the squad depth at the level we need it to be in order to do that. So what I think happened is Arteta said, you know what? I can't let my main dudes go down, even though Tierney is out for pretty much the rest of the season at this point. I can't risk Saka. I can't risk ESR. I'm not going to put him in. Trot these guys out. Trot the senior squad out. The older guys. Let's see if they could possibly gut one out. They cannot. They've proven time after time that they're just not good, at least in that formation. Xhaka was out. We looked horrible. And I think those are the guys that are going to start in Europa. I think all the eggs are in the Europa basket. We won't know till Thursday, so we won't know until this episode is out, aka tomorrow. But I think my theory is true, is that they just don't care about the domestic league anymore. No matter what they do, and I know, like, I'm in the Arsenal group chat. Somebody said, if Arsenal finished below Tottenham this season, as horrible a season as Tottenham is having, that Arteta should be sacked. I don't agree. Arteta had a terrible run there towards the end of last year, in this season, and we're still sort of making amends from that. I think it's proven we can't win a game without Saka in it. We just can't. Like, I think it was with Saka, ESR starting, we won 7-10. Without them starting, we won something like 8 of 20. You know what I mean? Or 5 of 20. It's horrific. We just can't. We can't play without these guys right now, which is bad. I mean, these are young players. We shouldn't be depending this much on our youth players. If and when we get a chance to start them, it should be leaning towards Europa matches. It's not anything else. And I think that's it. I think we just lean on Europa. This whole season, next season is either ruined or saved by us winning Europa. That's it. If we win Europa, we're in Champions League. We can sign players like hopefully Martin Odegaard. We could sign some of these bigger name players and help us with this plan that Arteta has of getting rid of the dead weight and adding players that fit into Arteta's system. If we don't get Europa and all we did was end the season in 10th, that's bad. That's real bad. I still don't think Arteta should be fired. I think he gets one more season. But this all leans on Europa. So save the kids for Europa. So, yeah, we lost to Liverpool. I don't care. It hurts. It sucks. But I don't care. It's all about Europa for us right now.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple from Arne Dex that easy to sum up the performance. No heart. Cow Sports Football said no desire, no hunger, utter disrespect for the bad. So big statements there. Really just this is, I guess, as an Everton fan watching Arsenal fans, I'm like, there is a recent history of success where it's things are not absolutely dire and absolutely terrible, but I don't know where Arsenal fans, I don't know where they are. I don't know where they think they should be. Should they be fighting for first place? Should they trying to get into just Champions League? Like, what is enough?
We went from the Wenger era to Unai Emery, who I think made some good changes. Saka started under him, but I think for the most part, they brought in, whether it was him in the front office, they brought in players that don't fit the system. They don't fit Arsenal. We had, Kolasinac, Socrates. We had so many players that just don't fit the way we should be playing, the style we should be playing. Arteta's trying to make an advancement on the style Wenger was playing. In order to do that, we have to get rid of some of the players that we have that just don't fit that system. Arteta right now is trying to cook Italian food with French ingredients. It's just not working. You know what I mean? By the way, that fit almost too good. You know what I mean?
What are French ingredients exactly? What?
A lot of butter and cream, not a lot of pasta, right? Just red wine everywhere. So, and to some of the questions,
why am I drunk during breakfast?
Why am I feeling good? I'm smoking the longest cigarette ever, and I don't even smoke.
I'm a baby. What is this?
What? This is crazy. You don't have jobs? None of us? RNA Deck and Couch Sports Football said, why do I think that Madrid are going to get rid of Odegaard? And I'll explain. I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. And it looks like it's going to happen because they're playing really good in Champions League. If Zinedine Zidane stays, he doesn't like Odegaard. It doesn't fit the way he wants to play. He'll get rid of Martin Odegaard. If he leaves, the next manager's probably going to want Martin Odegaard, right? Martin Odegaard is an incredible player. It's just Zinedine Zidane who doesn't see anything in him, or at least what he wants, what he needs in him. Mm-hmm. So I think that gives us a good chance. And also, Martin Odegaard has basically said, I don't want to go somewhere and not play. He's now the captain of Norway. You know what I mean? He needs to go somewhere where he's going to get minutes. And he's the
captain of the country?
Yeah, of the Norwegian national team.
Okay, the team. Yeah. He's just the captain of Norway. Hello, everybody.
And I guess you could give yourself that title. It's not really a political thing.
Nobody's going to say no, right?
So as far as I'm concerned, and all the rumors are, it looks like Odegaard's probably not in Zinedine Zidane's plans. So if that's the case, it looks like they're asking for 50 or 55 million pounds for the guy, which is a lot. And I don't know if Arsenal can put that money together. And there are other players Arsenal can go after. I remember Arwar, I can never pronounce his name. He was listed at around 45 million. So maybe you save 10 million on someone like him. But I think you try to go for Martin Odegaard because it clearly fits the club. I just want to point out, man, like Sam said, the Wenger era is gone, 100%. But I think if you look at the style that he was trying to play, if you look at that as the Arsenal way of playing, it fits a lot more into what Pep has kind of done. And I feel like Arteta is that same style of manager, using possession to sort of draw your team out and attacking from the wings, cutting in, 4-2-3-1, that style of play. And that's what I'm hoping we could do. A guy like Xhaka shouldn't be in a 4-2-3-1. A guy like Kolasinac shouldn't be in a 4-2-3-1. You know what I mean?
I just want to point this stuff. Perfect time. You just said, you put cream in my fettuccine Alfredo and we're fighting. And then somebody else
Yes, thank you. It's disgusting.
So who mentioned putting ketchup on pasta? Was this?
That was right here. That was
that Couch Sports Football?
No, RNA Deck said tomato ketchup and plain pasta is an underrated freshers year at Unifood. Which, let me translate that for the Americans. Putting ketchup and pasta is an underrated freshman year food at college. Why tomato ketchup? Do y'all have another ketchup? It doesn't make sense. Add some hot dog, Aussie AB said. What up, Aussie AB? Welcome. Damn, y'all eating. Y'all eating white ramen. white top ramen, Pour a little beer in there as a broth.
Yeah, when I saw, as Latinos, we see the, I remember when I went to a Puerto Rican friend's house, and Puerto Ricans put ketchup in their rice.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, it's a bit much.
Yo.
Yeah, by the way, they're from southern Puerto Rico. If you do that, that is real Boricua. Right.
Saw that. I'm like, wild. This is gross. I don't know how they do it.
13 Ryan 2 said, please give us your Shake Shack order, Alexis. This is going to become a thing. At the end of the show, I'll give you my Shake Shack order, but you got to remind me.
Okay. Sleepy and Sass said, hey, don't talk shit. Catch up on
Sleepy. Dude, ketchup on rice is rough.
Thank you, 13
Hey,
Ryan, for the follow. Ketchup.
In Mexico, they give you ketchup at pizza places. I mean, that's waving a white flag for a pizza place, is it not? That's
Okay, we're closing soon. Take everything must go.
Look, we don't know how to impart flavor on this thing, so do it yourself.
You figure it out.
Yeah.
Sleeping said ketchup con arroz blanco is where it's at. I would respectfully disagree to my Caribbean brother. Okay.
If you look at Korean fried rice, they put ketchup on so it caramelizes on the bottom of the pan like a bibimbap. But come on, just straight hot white rice.
Wait, what was beep? Was that mbop from Hanson?
Bibimbap.
What is
Bibimbap.
Mbop Korean food? What?
Chris, we got new references, bro.
Yo, it was a hit. It was a hit. Okay.
Still a hit. Still pop.
Everybody loves Hanson.
Right?
Okay.
That's what I always say. James, he's so handsome.
I'm gonna look into this James being a woman thing. Look, I don't know why we need to really spread all these rumors about our, about the homies that can't grow facial hair. All right.
Right.
People like I've been called a woman on this Twitch stream several times, okay? And I don't.
And by the way, not even not for those listening, not like in a disrespectful way.
No. I'm like, I thought that was a woman.
Yeah. They said someone actually put, and like I think they meant this in a nice way. They were like, "Hey, fat guy, what's the name of the pretty woman next to you?"
Okay, so I appreciate the compliment, but just ask me what my gender is before assuming, right?
RNA Deck just said something that I'm not kidding. Hurt me in my side. It legitimately hurt me in my side. He said mixing tomato ketchup and mayo makes pick magic. Amazing dipping in pizza. No, y'all eat trash pizza.
Yo, we're gonna have to go to England. We're gonna have to break all COVID protocols to really.
I'm bringing a crowbar just to smash somebody's pizza places up.
Wow, insane.
Sports Football said Christian looking like Prince, the artist formerly known as Cristian Polanco.
Okay, so funny.
Okay, well, there's a link if you guys want to read about this. We'll save it for later. Whatchamacallit? I think as far as Arsenal's concerned, to be honest with you, I wanted to be more upset. I don't like being embarrassed 3-0, but I do say it's all like I'm putting all my eggs, I'm putting it all on Europa. So I'm either going to be proven correct or wildly embarrassed. And if you followed us at any point, you know which one it is already.
Okay, so any other teams, anything that we should cover? There was something else that you had in the Slack, right?
Yeah, well, what about that manager who sang? Right, you had that. Well, actually, let's talk about Manchester City having the Premier League's largest ever wage bill, paying out £351 million a year to players and staff. Now, here's why I think that proves that's what you need to do to win. Because they winning by a lot.
Just what you need to do to win is have pay your wage bill is like the GDP of most countries.
Yeah. Do you spend more than islands make?
Okay.
Then I think you're going to be good.
This is they spend what they spend. I mean, we can complain all day. It's not like it's not like they don't lose games. They obviously they're chasing that Champions League title. I don't know, and they have the greatest manager in world football. So, I mean, this is
hold on. You spent money on a good coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the. I don't want to place it as like, well, they spent a lot of money and they have a good coach. They have a great manager because they spent the money.
Yes, and it's sort of a thing with Manchester City where it's like, what are they, where like this is the system that's in place, right? There's no salary caps. There's no, everybody sort of makes fun of MLS for having a salary cap, and we need to take this off so that we can go nuts. But then this is what you have instead. You have the scenario where one team is just going to wildly outspend everyone else. And yeah, you have financial fair play and blah, blah, blah. But you see how strict those rules are enforced when it comes to Manchester City. So
And don't forget, Manchester City at one point this season was in 13th place, and we thought they were done.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? They spent their money correctly.
Yeah.
Leeds spent a lot of money at one point. They ended up in the 3rd division. So it's not about, you have to have a smart way of spending it. And also this is staff as well. Don't forget, they have a ton of coaches. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just like leaning on Pep. They've got other people there that are also really, really good at their job. So as far as I'm concerned, people are going to get upset. They'll be like, oh, they're spending 351 million pounds. Yeah, well, they're also winning.
Yeah.
They're winning a bunch.
And Kevin De Bruyne got re-signed, and he's going to be there till 2025.
2025, yeah.
And the dude is
a 3-year contract's like not even getting a deal, because that gives you 1 season. After that, you're on the 2-year deal, which is when teams want to start buying you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So getting a 3-year contract is nothing. Giving a guy like that 4 years, kind of nice. I would have given him 5.
Okay, yeah. He's so he's going to be there a while, and he's.
Oof, not a photogenic guy, huh? That smile. That smile is horrific.
They could have chosen a different photo,
is
probably.
Is he not happy? I mean, what happened? Buddy, you're signed.
No, I mean, this is, credit. I mean, people can easily dismiss. I'm like, oh, they're spending all this money and blah, blah, blah. But it's a little bit more complex than that. And I mean, there are not only are they a fun team to watch, but they're just so so wildly consistent. Even their bench.
CAB said he has the face for soccer, and man like Sam put, he looks in pain.
I do want to talk about the Champions League match yesterday. Manchester City did defeat Borussia Dortmund 2-1, but the controversial play with Jude Bellingham and Ederson, where a foul.
Jude Bellingham fouled him by letting Ederson kick him in the leg.
There was a very ridiculous call. The whistle was blown. Jude Bellingham wins that ball 100% fairly, and is basically about to walk it into the net. Referee blows the whistle, saying play is dead. You fouled Ederson. Ederson collapsed on the ground like he shot himself in his own foot. And when you saw the replays, that obviously was not the case. Now, there's been a lot of debate. I saw Jamie Carragher, Michael Richards having this very long debate about, Jamie Carragher saying VAR is already in place. Why blow the whistle, blow the play dead when you should have let the play run out and then have VAR take a look at it to see if a foul happened rather than blow the whistle, meaning that the referee was certain that a foul was called, or at least he was pretty sure that Bellingham had fouled Ederson. And he was 100% wrong. What is this that scenario? Especially since it happened outside of the box, the referee, the VAR ref couldn't overturn it. Had no real input on the play.
I think they make these rules up, and it's so dumb. It's like, just make it so that if something happens that feels like it should be looked at, it should be looked at. And who cares if the whistle was blown or not? You know what I mean? Yeah,
but the agreement obviously was.
Just eating during a podcast. Let's go.
On goals. It's a little candy. It's all good.
Also, I just want to mention that Golo Blanco put, yo, Chai Casey, they're making fun of your favorite player. Yo, stop snitching, Golo Blanco. You're our bro. Tell Chai Casey that maybe KDB should have been fed all them lemons before.
But the fact that. Yeah, so that was essentially their debate that the VAR that the referees just shouldn't have blown the whistle, right? Because the agreement is and the rules
you let the play out.
Well, you can only check a play if it led to a goal.
RNA Deck actually makes a good point. That's the same match that the linesman asked for his flag to get autographed by Erling Haaland.
Really?
You didn't see this?
I didn't see that, no.
I believe it was before the match. Which makes it even worse as far as I'm concerned. He was in the tunnel, and there's a picture of the Erling Haaland autographing the flag.
The flag that was used in the game?
I think so. It was after. Couch Sports Football said after.
Okay.
It's still bad. I mean, you can't. You're the ref. You're not allowed to swap jerseys, bro.
Refs are not allowed to do anything like that.
No.
Everything is a bribe, essentially. Yeah. If you get involved in anything like that, bad move. But no, you gotta say Manchester City got very lucky. to be able to win that game. 'Cause really, Bellingham won that ball clean. And he said after the match, he's like, the ref was absolutely wrong. And it sucks, especially he's a young player, young English player. Would have been a huge thing for him.
That came from, what is it? Is it either Ipswich or Birmingham City, right? He was a
Birmingham?
super young.
Yeah, I feel like that's where it came from. But
oh, so OCAB said that it was signed for an autism charity. I mean, okay, then you're allowed to get it signed. Don't do it where there's cameras.
Still not a great move. I
think you're allowed to do it, but that's the kind of thing you do with like the player reps. You know, say, hey, we have a charity.
You got to be as professional.
Player rep brings the flag in, or not even a flag. Get a piece of paper, something. Yeah, he did. Couch Sports Football said he was 17 from Birmingham. Yeah, I remember hearing about him, and they were talking about how he was like the next big star or whatever. Why is it a bad thing? It's because you're a ref. You can't be asking for autographs.
It just there's too much.
It feels like you're biased.
Yeah, there's too much, and there's too much of a history of just corruption, especially with referees.
Hold on, let me explain it so that Couch Sports Football. He's from England. Let me explain it so he understands it. Imagine these were Italians. See, whatever you just thought, that's why you shouldn't do it. Imagine this was a Juventus player and an official. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why you don't do it.
Okay, I'm glad we broke that down and really got to the. I had a bunch of graphics and a PowerPoint I set up, but it was I didn't even need it because that was a great explanation. So, bad optics, yeah. Well, Jose said it is a.
Now I understand.
Yeah. Look, he said, "Why not? It's Erling Haaland. I'd be asking for his boots." Well, you wouldn't have gone through referee school to do all this and then be able to put your job in jeopardy by
lose your referee A license. Asking for that.
I mean, look, there's so many, especially during, World Cups and like stories of refs getting bought out and whatever.
Yeah.
You just can't even have an inkling of that. And I'll reference this again. This was in 2018 when we went. Yeah, I think 2018 when we went to the. Oh wait, what's that?
Is someone getting a phone call from 1985?
Someone just rang the bell. So in 2018 we went to the coaches conference.
You bring this up
but this is relevant to this, right?
I was making jokes while Christian was learning how to use VAR from a real ref,
yes,
a real MLS ref.
A real MLS ref. It was showing me how to use VAR, and Alexis.
They were putting Christian in the position of like, okay, you're the VAR guy. You're gonna see how hard it is to make these decisions.
Yes.
And I said, what does this button do? What does that button do? And then Christian was like, what does this button do? And I said, which is the button that shows us the angle of you getting paid off by one of the players? And let's just say the joke didn't happen. Let's just leave it at that and move on.
Even the joke, even the suggestion that a referee would be right. I thought this referee was gonna. I thought he was gonna crack Alexis in his face because it was. And I'm sitting down.
He stopped. Like when he heard we were comics, he was kind of like joking with it. He stopped. Anyway, he went cold. He looked me right in the face. He goes, "Hey, we don't joke around about those things."
It couldn't have gotten any more serious, any faster.
Almost like he had done it. You know what I mean? Like he got real defensive. You know?
It was incredible. So when again. Asking for an autograph to a player and not going through whatever professional channels it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. Okay.
Sports Football said Alexis was never invited back again. There was conversations about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I remember when we told the guy who runs the conference, he was like, "You did what? Why? Who doesn't even go over there?" You know, it was great. It was pretty dope.
And also, if to anyone who's never been a VAR referee, it is not an easy job. There is a finite amount of time to make a bit of a tough decision. No,
you're not knocking pipes. You know what I mean?
What? Relax. You're knocking pipes? What is this job? What is this?
I was gonna say knocking tin, but I couldn't remember. Relax, everyone. Football said, Alexis, imagine these were Italian. I hope that's the joke that lives up forever. Now I get it. That messed up. But I do want to say Crimson Pizza, and this is good. This will be the last thing because the CCL match has already kicked off. We're about to do a watch along for that. So Crimson Pizza said, if we're leaving the Prem show, can we give props to Valencia for walking off after racial abuse to Diakabi?
Diakabi, I think is how to say it.
Diakabi, absolutely amazing job by Valencia to stand by your player. I don't know what the result was for Valencia.
I don't know the result of the game. I didn't see the end of the game, but so it was a little weird because the players did come back onto the pitch without Diakabi, and then the player that did the racial abuse. What's his name?
I can't remember.
Diaz or something. I forgot his name. But he got subbed off at halftime. So this happened around the 30-something minute. He came back on to play, but he got subbed off at halftime. It is and I from what I've heard, I haven't heard it myself.
Well, Diakabi made a video.
He made a video, but there's also video that the mics picked up the player saying this.
Yeah.
So there, his argument about whatever cancel culture this or whatever, that's kind of the direction he was going. It's just it's absolutely moot. It is like, bro, you said what you said, and it is these denials of things that are obviously true that are the frustrating thing. Like, it's just like
it's like, let's just pretend it didn't happen so no one gets in trouble. It's like,
yeah,
something bad happened, deal with it so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, but nobody wants to. I think the feeling is being called a racist is like the scarlet letter. But the dude said a racist thing. So
yeah.
It's like we're never going to move past anything if the people who commit racist acts can't even admit that they did.
OCAB said not only did he deny it, he also called the publicity a lynching.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. It's it's
stand by your players. Stand by I'm talking about Valencia, like the way Valencia did, not the way the other team is doing. Stand by your players when this happens. I'm glad that Valencia walked off. I'm glad that it shows that we're a team. It shows a player who's, when you're racially abused, it makes you feel like less than human at that moment.
Yeah.
I was racially abused when I went to a school, for 7th grade. I said, okay, to me, it's like, okay, well, now I know who you are and I know you're not a friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not going to waste my time trying to be your friend. I now know who you are. And that person felt terrible about it after that because you sort of ingratiated myself to the rest of the students in that school. And I had a great time. I was known as like the funniest dude in school. It was great. It was a good time. And him and I never could be cool. And every time he would walk by and say hi, I just nodded and that's it. Like, I never really interacted with him. And I remember him apologizing and stuff. It's like, and that's the way I decided to deal with it. But I also didn't have any other friends at that school at that moment. If I was a part of a team and somebody would have racially abused me, I would expect everyone to get up and walk away with me. And to see that happen and to see them saying, you're not going to fix this, but we're going to handle it our way. And to see what Landon Donovan had done and the opportunities that he had when this thing came up, get everyone off the pitch. And no, we're not going to play the game. And to see his players stand by him actually makes me feel really good about where things are headed, because maybe these clubs and maybe these, UEFA and all these other confederations aren't going to handle it. The players on the field will. And the next time you see that dude, it's going to get slapped up. Did you see the players not playing against Arsenal, the Slavia Prague player? Because he's being left home because he would be, they're afraid that he'd be detained in the UK for questioning.
Ooh.
So they said he's injured. And now they also gave him a 1-game ban, which he's also going to sit out of anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you see it, like Colo Blanco just said, elbow it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, your occipital bone got a break.
But
you know what I mean?
It is. It's always so frustrating. Look, I can understand. I can comprehend racist fans. Right? We see it all the time. It's disgusting. It's deplorable. But it's like, it's going to take more work to do that convincing. But the players themselves, there's banners at every game. Kick racism out of football. Say no to racism. You know, literally, it's sliding across the electronic board all the time, every
Maybe they
game.
don't understand it. Maybe they think it says kick players of the other race. Maybe that's what they think.
It's inexcusable. And with what
Can I just real quick? 13 Ryan 2 said only Alexis would take this moment to say he was the funniest kid at his school. All right, it's not what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
If that's what you gleaned from it, fine.
Yeah,
my point was he didn't get to get all this fun time, you know?
Yes, when I was in 5th grade and I got called the N-word, I didn't realize that I had a fun sense of humor in school, all right?
Well, you may not like me because of the color of my skin or where my family was born, but you ain't getting these bits.
You're lost, buddy, okay? So, yeah, look, it's just so, again, it is look, I'm not a professional footballer, but how frustrated at your job do you have to be to now deliver a racist or racial epithet towards a player, to be frustrated, or even to use an insult that includes that person's race at all at your job? Bro, there's no need for it. Like, how much success you already a world-class you're one of the best at your job of any jobs in the world.
Yeah.
If you're playing in a La Liga match, that is incredible. You
know how hard it is to be pro? You know what I mean?
So,
and you get all the way there and you're racist?
Yeah.
How?
Are you gonna throw that away because you can't, like, one, you hold on to some ridiculous ideas, or you think you're better than anyone or whatever, but even to let that out accidentally. I've never been that annoyed with anybody to now bring racial, like, to put them down because of their race. It makes
That's because you're not married. You're married to a white girl, right? Wait till you deal with her in-laws long enough, and you're like, I feel like saying something disrespectful about white people right now.
It's just ridiculous. So, again, props to Diakoby for look, and putting out that video and making that statement.
Must have been so difficult.
It's not easy because he's going to have to deal with the people on the internet saying a bunch of shit, saying...
and they already did. They already say he's lying.
Yeah.
They said that he's not a good player. I saw someone say no one would know who he was if he wasn't. It's just the worst. Just leave him alone.
Yeah.
Better than you, homie, who tweeting.
Okay, the haters gonna hate. That's what they do. Okay, so let's wrap up.
Let's end the show. You guys already know. If you are listening to this and you want to watch, we want you to watch too. We want you to be a part of the chat. All you got to do is go to eltwitch.com, or you can go to twitch.tv/Soccer Cooligans and hang out with the chat with some of the funniest people in the world. Shouts to everyone in the chat. Couch Sports Football, Robert from LA, Aussie AB, 13 Ryan 2, Board Martin, Man Like Sam. Those are just the people I can see in front of me. You guys are the absolute best. Well, huzzah, you know? We got some funny folks up in here.
We appreciate everybody that comes through. Yeah, so again, if you're listening to this show, tonight, which is Thursday, make sure to watch our TV show on Football Sports Network at 8 p.m. We're going to have NWSL Commissioner Lisa Baird on the show. We're going to have an actual commissioner talking to two stand-up comics about soccer.
Someone answered the wrong email at the NWSL offices, because we've got an actual commissioner on our show.
So it's really, really dope. So everybody, so again, make sure you tune into that. Subscribe to the Fubo Sports YouTube channel. We say that all the time. That's where the full episodes of our show live. I think it'll show up in a second. The link, youtube.com/Fubo Sports. There it is. Click on that link. Please subscribe. Watch our videos. Like and to comment on all them, things like that. Show some support. We'd appreciate it. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. We're about to switch over to the Philly Saprissa match, so hopefully you can watch that along with us. But for now, let us close the show how we normally do.
Okay, so with that said, my name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
And together, what are we? The